hurry, it's American Heart Month, and you can be ready to save the life of someone you love by learning CPR. Protect the ones you love most. Find a CPR class at heart.org/nation.
The Partnership for Families, Children, and Adults has been working diligently in the Hamilton County area for almost 150 years. This is Amy Carlton. I'm looking to her for support, but she's here this morning talking about the sexual assault side of the Partnership FCA. So good to see you this morning.
Nice seeing you. We're
showing a number, and we'll kind of keep that up throughout our conversation. This is kind of a family hour sometimes, so I know we'll be a little bit delicate as we talk, but very often you hear these stories, Amy, of people who need help. And they happen to see something on the screen at just the right moment, and that's the time that they call.
Absolutely, and either they call for themselves or for a friend or a family member that needs help or needs advice or just needs someone to talk to.
I was peppering you with questions a little bit before we got on the air, and I had said to you, you know, what happens if something happens at 11:30 at night? And you said, we're 24/7, and I said, but then what if, and you stressed again, when you say 24/7, you mean it.
I mean, we have advocates and nurses available to help 24/7. We always advise you to call the hotline first.
Right.
Calling that hotline first will let us talk it out, make sure that you're eligible for an exam or whatever other services you might be interested in need. But absolutely call the hotline, and we have people available.
So it is, you shared some numbers with me, and I don't want to look at my paper as we talk, but one of them that I remember that stood out was, I think it was 75% of assaults go unreported.
They do. 75% of assaults go unreported. And considering 1 in 5 women and 1 in 14 men in the U.S. are affected by sexual assault and have had sexual assaults happen to them, 75% is a huge number of people that have chosen not to report.
You know, sometimes these happen, sadly, far too frequently, and a friend might be the person that you tell, and it might come up not even in that moment.
Exactly.
And the friend might be the one to get you to then call.
Absolutely.
The hotline number. But that does not mean that it wasn't still an unwanted attack.
Well,
right.
yes.
I mean, but people wonder about that, don't they? They feel that the shame in not coming forward sooner.
Shame, guilt, self-blame. Do not feel those things if they're going on. We want you to feel. We know that this happened to you. We believe you. We trust you. We know that this did occur.
Yeah.
We're here to talk to you about it. Talk about your different options. We're here to help even if you choose not to report. You know, we're still there for you.
Your brain is a remarkably resilient thing, and it will fight for survival for you. And so sometimes, I'm guessing, you correct me, but these events will happen and your brain will almost convince you that it hasn't.
Well,
and so you don't want to feel bad if you've waited some time to
no,
then realize
absolutely
it.
Do not feel bad if you've waited. You have, after an assault, 5 days to get a sexual assault medical forensic exam. 120 hours.
Wow.
DNA evidence can still be collected. But even after that, even if you've chosen not to seek help, or you're still dealing with it, or you're just don't even know where to go or what to do, give us a call and we can still walk you through. There's still a lot of other options for long-term healing.
I don't want to skip over anything. You said it really is best if people will call you on that hotline number, and very often it's better for them just to come to you directly as opposed to the hospital.
It is. So we've all seen police procedural shows where you go to the hospital to receive that exam. The problem is a lot of hospitals don't perform those exams in our area. If an exam is performed at most of the hospitals, and Partnership cares for those 13 and older, it's our nurses and our advocates going to the hospital. But we don't want to meet you at the hospital. We want you to come to us, where we don't have wait times in a waiting room for a long period of time, where we're not trying to do it in a non-private area of a hospital. We want to give you that privacy and that care that we can give you at the Rape Crisis Center.
So let's talk about the after effects that linger for years and years to come. I mean, women, usually women, need help in recovering from this long term.
Absolutely, everyone needs help recovering from this long term. You know, we always hear the saying about, you know, time heals all wounds. Unfortunately, you can work through a lot of things in time, but with counseling, with support, with care. That's how you really work through this stuff long term. And Partnership provides all of that. We have free counseling, even if the assault happened 25 years ago and the trauma that you're still dealing with is from that sexual assault. We have counselors that can help you.
You, here's another number you shared with me, 1,500 calls you answered last year.
Partnership hotline answered 1,500
And
calls
are y'all
last year.
Hamilton County specifically?
We are Hamilton and Marion County, but we take calls from all over.
Okay.
So we can do the exam. If you come to us, we can do the exam for anyone that's been assaulted within that time period. But if you're from, and it's where the assault happened, not where you live. So if the assault happened in Hamilton or Marion County,
Call you.
call us. But call us even if you're in another area, and we'll connect you with the right person in your area that can give you assistance.
Help me with some math here then. If we're saying that 75% of assaults go unreported,
Yeah.
but 1,500 calls were answered last year, is that considered reported? The 15?
No,
Okay.
no. Reported, when we say reported, we mean to the police.
Okay.
Or to law enforcement in your area.
Okay.
So when you're calling us, it is completely confidential. We're not going to give any information that you don't want us to give to anyone. So, but if you want assistance reporting, if you haven't yet reported and you're saying, I would like to go forward with this, but I don't know what to do, give us a call. We'll be with you when you report. We'll have law enforcement come to the Rape Crisis Center to interview you so that you're in a safer, calm environment.
People may have a different opinion on this depending on who they are, but I'm going to ask you anyway. If you're a minor and come to you, is that kept private between you and the minor?
So it can't be.
Okay.
Some laws were passed last July that meant that now we do need a parent or a legal guardian to come with you.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we do actually now.
So not an older sibling, but
Not
or a
an,
friend.
it has to be a parent or a legal guardian that joins you.
Okay, well there's that number. We wanted to keep that up for you throughout the conversation this morning with Amy. Here's the website for you to learn more about them. Hopefully you won't need their resources, but they definitely want to be there for you.
Absolutely, and if
do.
you don't need them, you may know someone else that does.
It's partnershipfca.com, and there's their information on your screen. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I got hurt in a car wreck. This has never happened to me before. What do I do now?
Don't worry, that's what we're here for.
Here are 3 things you should do after a car wreck. 1, get the medical attention you need right away.
2, don't say or sign anything with that insurance company.
And 3, call us so we can fight for the money you deserve.
The insiders were there every step of the way. They